and welcome back to Wrath of Darkness. I'm Dirt,
I'm BDVampire.
and we are the parents that game. So today, Potsy FN and FX Gamer is currently out. So me and Carl is gonna take kind of reins of this podcast for this episode. This episode topic is quite unique because we're the parents that game. And last few topics, we've really been talking about a little bit of games and a lot of parenting. This time, we're actually going to talk about more about games. Um, so we'll just kind of dive in with different types of games. So what kind of genres do you like? Like
Um,
like puzzles, adventure, first person.
First person's okay for the most part. I mostly it's action and sports is what I usually like.
Okay. So like what kind of sports games do you like?
Madden 24. It's really big out right now.
So
One
is
big
it
sports.
right? So is it different than the Madden 23 that they came out with? Like, is it really any different,
It's
or is it just
yeah.
character?
You can more graphics. Uh, you can actually see their tattoos instead of the
So
23.
so
You
so
can't
so
see their
there's
tattoos at all.
there's more depth.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, they came out with I don't know if you knew about UFC 3. I actually own it. Or yeah, I think it's 3. No, it's 4. Sorry, UFC 4. I own UFC 4, and they came out with the fifth one. I actually bought it and only played it for like an hour, and ended up refunding it because it's literally the only thing that's different is your point system, like how
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
how you boost your character up. The only thing that's different is the point system. I mean, you can change your color of your character. That's it.
Right.
That's only the two
Wow,
new
that's
things.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say I'm not into sports games, but like, I like fighting games. I'm real big on fighting games. So like, UFC would be kind of my thing. I mean, I got the I think it's 23 version of wrestling, and really wasn't too big of a fan of it. I really didn't like. To be honest, I never got into the football games, or the baseball, or the hockey. So mine would be more like racing, adventure, first person RPGs, casual. I wouldn't say puzzle games because I don't necessarily like puzzles. But like now if you're talking about like a puzzle to like craft something, so like you need this
Right.
and this to craft this, so you can turn around and get this to use this and this to craft this. Like that I can do. But like fucking puzzle, nah. Like I ain't gonna lie, I could take a Sudoku, a Sudoku. I could take a Sudoku.
I can't. I can't.
But like, what type of games? Okay, so on that topic, what type of games have you seen like that interest you lately? Like, other than the topics that you listed, what are the genres that you listed? What like have you seen any games that like genre wise that interest you? Like, I don't need to know the names, but like, say for an example, they've been hyping up the NBA 24.
Yeah.
Like that would be like something in an example wise. Me, for an example, I've been seeing a lot about Suicide Squad. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say I'm not too fond of it. It's the fact of I'm not too keen because I played Gotham Knights, the new Batman
Yeah.
game,
I've
and the movement in the game sucked.
right.
So like,
I've been seeing Suicide Squad, and just by the looks of it, yeah, it does suck.
it looks like it's gonna
So
be a pretty much another Gotham Knights where pretty much you can have more than one person play at a time, and work together kind of thing. Because like that's how Gotham Knights was. It's like you had 4 characters. You get to pick one of those 4 characters. You can now note you can alternate between these characters, but you pretty much pick one and you just focus on that one. Each one has missions, a story, all types of shit, and they all get their unique abilities, their gadgets, their bikes, their clothing. Other than that, literally everything else between them was the same. There was nothing special between each one. Like I mean, yeah, cool. One guy gotta have a gun. The other guy got a
Right, right,
batarang.
right.
Like that was really all naturally like that was it. I mean, the only fun part about Gotham Knights is the fact that say I'm in the middle of a fight, feeling like I'm getting my ass kicked, and next thing I know, here comes my buddy jumping off the rooftop, dropping on somebody, kicking ass with me. Like that was the fun part about it. But like traveling around the city, like literally in Gotham Knights, you had to. The way that they built the game is that you was going to use your bike 24/7. But you don't get unlock your
Right,
bike until
right,
later
right.
on. Literally, like it's like I think like 3 hours after you play the game that you unlock your bike.
Yeah.
So literally half the time you're like ziplining across rooftops, trying and literally half. So I don't know if you remember playing Arkham, Arkham Knight, and Arkham City of Batman.
Yes, I do. I do.
You remember how most of the rooftops you could grapple onto.
Right, right.
Gotham Knights you could not. There's only certain rooftops you can grapple onto.
Hmm. Damn.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean by the movement kind of sucked is like they limited it. They limited it. So
Right,
like
right.
when I watched the trailer for the Suicide Squad, it seems like that's what they're going to be doing is limiting you to certain aspects. Because like for an example, they was watching they did I guess you could say gameplay or it was a cinematic, one of the two. But you see them fighting the Flash that's poisoned. They're all pretty much
Yeah,
poisoned.
yeah.
I don't know how they're poisoned. I just know they're poisoned. But they're sitting there fighting a Flash, and you literally watch each character swooping around this Flash, hitting them,
Hmm.
and like it literally goes to each person's view. But you also like in that person's view, you see the person that you just was like over here in the corner. You know what I mean? So like I don't
Right,
know.
right,
It
right.
kind of seems like it's gonna be another Gotham Knights, but it's too early to judge. I haven't really seen any actual beta gameplay, so I couldn't necessarily say. But it definitely looks like it's not gonna be the funnest. Interesting for sure. Fun.
One of them that I think is pretty awesome that in my opinion, um, people might think I'm weird for this, but I am a wrestling fan. Uh, 2K24.
Okay. And why?
It's well, they have a cover. The cover and everything. Their cover is like their superstars. So one of them is Rhea, and if people don't know who Rhea is, she's a wrestler, but
In the women,
she's
and
on
no, hang
there
on,
on one of them.
no, in the women's division, she is a wrestler in the
Yes, in the
women's
women.
division.
Yes,
Because there are two different divisions. A lot of people think, well, a
yes.
lot of people think a lot of the women fight with the men. There are matches that are built like that, but in all reality, there's two different divisions, a men's and a women's.
But like she's on one of the covers, and Bianca Belair, she's another women's division. But both of them are on covers, and it's a deluxe cover. But they're bringing back a lot of old matches, like the casket match, um,
What is the casket?
ambulance.
Ain't that where you put somebody in a
What?
casket and then
Yes,
nail
you
it
basically
shut?
put somebody in the casket.
Dude, I remember that.
Yes,
I remember that. I remember that from what I think
and then
it was dude, it was one of the original wrestling games. I actually remember that, me and my brother.
Undertaker.
Yep,
Undertaker
yep,
does that.
yep.
That was his original match.
Yeah, putting him in a casket.
Yes.
Dude, that
And
was
well, they're bringing that back, and then guest referee, they're bringing that back, and they're bringing the ambulance match back, meaning you put them in the ambulance and you shut the door
and then the
and
match is
you
over.
win the
Right,
match.
right.
Yes,
So have
but
you
they're bringing a lot of old things back that are not in the 2K20, 2K20 games.
right? Well, it's kind of like if you ever played the original Saints Rows, any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Yes.
you remember insurance fraud. They brought that back
Hmm.
into the new one, to the reboot pretty much. And then they also did they had a Yankee Bowl where you pretty much some of them were like you was a ball of yarn and you go around and murder mascots. They brought that back,
Yeah.
but their Yankee Bowl here is a little bit different. It's like It's more like a war zone. Like you pretty much you get to be a contestant, go to the Yankee Bowl, and you literally murder people. It's pretty much like it's like it's like a way for assassins to get known and to be able to get hired, I guess. It
Right, right, right.
But like they did the same thing. They brought some old factors to the game, to a new game that people loved. And like I like how when you beat the game, because like I said, if you've ever played the new one, if you beat the game, they actually make it where you can do insurance fraud
Hmm.
anywhere.
Awesome.
So like it's pretty interesting. So yeah, no, I can definitely see them bringing some old things back into the new games. They definitely should have done it sooner. They would have probably made a lot more money, saved a lot of money.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh yeah.
but also in that factor, you got to think of like production, COVID. I mean, everything that's happened in the last 4 years. I mean, it's been a lot. So
Yeah,
like,
and 2K22, I believe they have no 2K20. They have the COVID matches with just the um
is that
the
where like
screens.
I was gonna say, is that where the people audience is like digital screens?
Yes.
That's stupid. See, I do remember that I played, I think it was NBA 23. They literally look, 22 didn't have it. 23 came out and you're seeing literally mask.
Hmm.
Like the mask that goes around your face that you used to wear for
Yeah.
COVID. You would literally look when you played 23, literally for like face accessories, that was the one of the first fucking things was facial mask. My question is look,
Wow.
hang on. Well, here's my question. I get it, but why the fuck are you gonna put a facial mask for a disease in a video game where the disease don't live? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense because
Yeah.
that doesn't. You get my point. It doesn't make sense. So like, it's kind of strange, but they have done it, so I believe it. I believe it. I'm pretty sure USC 5 also did the same.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm not too many into many sports games. I'm just not really fond of them. Like my thing is like the factor of needing wanting somebody to play with.
Mhm.
Like that is the problem right now. Like if you watch the Wrath of Darkness YouTube channel where of course this podcast is posted, um, we do quite a few game selections, and I think I think naturally like that's where I fit is anywhere but a sports game.
Right. Right. Right.
But no, my point was is like most of the time, most of the games that we've been playing have been solo games. We're trying to do more multiplayer games, but it's also hard trying to find a game that we all like and we all will enjoy and play. So
Yeah.
I mean, it all fits into the aspect of like the whole point of the NBA and football games is so you can play with other people, other online people,
Mhm.
play with friends. So that's kind of the ideal.
There's another game that's been kind of catching my eye is the Bully game.
Oh, you're talking about that bully from 2005?
Yeah, on the PlayStation 2.
I, yeah, PlayStation 2 and Xbox
Yeah,
360. I
yeah,
think
that's been catching my eye lately.
what about it?
Because they're remastering, remaking it for PS4
Are they
and
really?
the other,
And
yes.
my bad. It came out October 17th, 2006. My bad. But it's from what I've realized, it's like Grand Theft Auto, man. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Like I think going back and playing some of the old games, like the idea of remastering sounds great, but like if you all ever talk to FX, and FX will
Oh yeah.
go in great detail that some of the aspects of like old games can't be revamped. So like they stay the same, the
I I
quality stay the same.
I agree.
I agree to a point. So like my thing is like if you're gonna bring back a game, remaster it. Remaster it the way it should be. But if you're just gonna go, oh well, here's an old game, here you go. you got to kind of think of like ways to remake the game but keep the game the same. Because like the
Right,
idea is
right.
to make people feel the nostalgia of the game. Not make them feel like they're playing 2006 games. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like same thing on like Need for Speed Most Wanted. I mean or no,
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit. Sorry, Hot Pursuit.
Hot
Hot Pursuit.
Pursuit.
Because they remastered that or no, they remastered Most Wanted. Wait, I thought it was called Hot Pursuit Most Wanted. And it's a good one. But they brought back the Most Wanted. Originally, when they
Right,
brought it
right, right.
back, it was a free roam game. Then they re-brought it back, and it's no longer a free roam game. It's kind of like the game Heat, Need for Speed Heat. If you've ever played that,
Hmm.
that game was ass.
Yes.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I love like when y'all came out like in general, and no, they might not the makers may never see this video, but like when you make a game like Need for Speed Rivals, and then come out with a game that has no free roam aspect, you're shitting on your game. Like it's terrible because like you're going, hey, well this game's free roam. Now I want to play that game. Your next game comes out, I think it's free roam. I play it, and it's not.
Right, right, right.
Anyway, so yeah, so there, I mean, there's different types of games that everybody likes to play. So like in a way, what games would like in the future? What games would you allow your kids to play? Like what types of games would you expect your kids to be a part of?
Me personally, I would say one game that they catch an eye on with me playing is the WWE game.
Right. Well, for an example, like when I was a kid, and I mean when I was a kid, like really young, I used to play GTA 2 or 3. It was 2 or 3. It was one of the two. It was from PlayStation 2. Okay, that's all I know. But it was a Grand Theft Auto, and I used to play it. Never understood the game, didn't understand the story mode, didn't understand like how to go to locations to do story missions. So like,
Right, right, right.
would you allow your kid to play something like that?
I
Be
personally
honest.
no,
Be honest.
no.
Look, I don't care. I don't care.
To be honest with you, no. To be honest with you, no.
Why?
Because for one, kids are going to repeat things when they watch something or see something. So when I play, personally, I play GTA. So when I play GTA, it's either when they're not even around or they're asleep.
Right? And
I
like,
personally do not want them to play GTA because of the simple fact of GTA can get kids to do violent things. Honestly,
right. So like, what games would you allow? Like, in all honesty, you said wrestling. So like, what other game would you
yes.
allow? Like, would you allow, for an
Um,
example, would you allow a Batman game?
yes.
Why?
I mean, yes, because it's still fighting, but there's no
How
there's
is it?
no
Hang on.
cussing in it.
How is it? Okay, but how is it any different from GTA? You're still fighting people. Technically, I mean, hang on. Technically, to us, we know that we're knocking the people out, but to them kids, they don't know
Right,
that. So like how I mean I'm not trying to sit here and say Batman is a Grand Theft Auto, but like in
right,
a
right, right,
sense,
right,
if
right,
you're thinking of it like that, then how are you not thinking Batman like that? You know what I mean?
right, right.
So like the idea that the way that I see it is like Mario Kart. I would let my kid play Mario Kart. I will let my kid play Mario. Um Now would I let my kid play like GTA? No. Would I let my kid, for an example, play Power World? No. Would I let my kid play Minecraft? No. And it's the factor of like violence. And I'm not saying that the violence in the video games is going to rub off onto the kids, but you're right. When they're little, all they do is repeat. Like that's all they do. So when it comes to doing
Right.
something like that, like they see, oh well, I'm just whacking a sheep with a sword. Well, now say they got a toy sword and they start whacking your dog, thinking that they're gonna kill your dog. You know what I mean? So like that's why I say no, like the Minecraft and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna be honest, Batman would probably be more like Batman, Minecraft, GTA. No offense, I was a kid, I used to play that shit. So I can't necessarily say, well, I wouldn't let you play it. I would restrict it to it like an age limit, like 10.
Right.
So, just keeping that in mind, um, there's always different games and different aspects of the way to look at things. Like as a parent, you got to look at every aspect. So I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, but there's always constantly I'm coming across these petitions about these toys that look and perverted, but they're a fucking kid's toy.
Right.
A kid don't see the impervertedness in it. So why is it not okay? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
no different than Barbie. No different than Barbie. For an example, they might have a clapper toy that looks like a that symbolizes a dick, for an example. Bro, I could literally strip Barbie straight down to her tits.
Hmm.
How is that not an issue?
Right. Right. Right.
Like I get it, like yeah, she literally and I don't want to go any further, but she don't have no private parts. Let's put it like that. Okay? Neither does Ken. But she still got tits, which is no offense, is a private part. So today we're actually got a new member. We got FriedToast, of course. So FriedToast, just give us just a little information on like what kind of games do you play? What like do you have any kids? How old are they? I mean, we don't need specific names in great detail. Just a little information about who you are and kind of what kind of parent you are.
So I guess I'm the type of person that plays. I'm just a dad that plays. Just wants to hop on the computer and play fun games. I don't know. I just play usually battle royal games.
So first
Until
person
I
shooters.
start hanging out with you and Chad, we play regular games. I have a son. His name's Oliver. He's 2.
Okay. All right. And today's topic is actually on our kids. Kind of anything on the topic of our kids. So I actually want to bring up a topic of great importance to me. So the other day I walked into my living room, my kids watching TV, and I'm sitting there, you know how kids shows are. You kind of get some semi distracted into it. So I'm standing there watching this TV, and she goes, "Dad, can you move? I'm trying to watch TV." I'm like, bro, you're 3 years old. How do you already know that I'm blocking your way? Like, that is some of the insane stuff that our kids do. I mean, there's several more stories. I mean, each of us probably have a story. Um,
I mean, if
Potsy,
you're
do you have a
standing in
story?
the way of the TV, I can perfectly understand that. Like, move your ass.
Wow, you saying I have a big head, sir?
Kinda.
All right, I want to hear. No, you know what? No, that's fine. That's fine, Potsy. I want to hear a story. No,
Now I'm on the side of the kid. If you want to hear something even more messed up, okay, my child's a savage. All right, that just one. Just the other day, I was talking about my bad freaking back one day, dude, and the next day, she's mocking me. She's going, "Ooh, I'm old daddy, my back hurts." I was like, "Shut up, you little sap."
Bro, that's the same thing, bro. Like when okay. Sometimes we, us old people grunt when we're trying to, read something down, and that's what I do. And when I do that, they just look at me, and then they're just like, "Oh, well, he is old again."
Wait,
so
Potsy, how old are you, guy?
Pretty
uh,
30.
You're gonna be 30, so you ain't much older than me, man. Hold on, what's wrong with your back?
Because of my back, okay? I'm old
Oh,
daddy because of my back.
all
Makes sense
right.
to you,
So Carl, Carl,
don't talk shit, guy. Don't feel too
go
bad.
ahead. Go ahead
My
and give
back
us a
hurts.
story.
That's all
Give
I
us a
deal with.
funny moment, something that your kid did that every other person's kid would do, but surprised
Okay,
you.
so do you? All right, so I got one for you.
Okay.
I literally just got off work at this time. You probably remember this because I said something to you about it, Derp. But I come through the door, my son hops on me, he farts and he goes, "I farted, it tickled, my booty cheeks jiggled." I'm just like, what the fuck?
I do remember that. I do remember
He's just
that.
matching.
Yeah.
He's just matching He's just matching that energy. That's all it is.
I mean, that'd be something I would do to him when he got older. But look, no,
Hey,
he's just a me, and it's amazing.
my kid calls me fat. Okay.
Hey, look, my kid calls me and my old lady fat, and I be getting mad about it. But I can't get too mad because he's not lying. I am fat.
You guys got it easy, man.
I'm not even fat. My
You
Hang on,
guys
hang on.
got
Wait,
it
whoa,
easy,
whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa. Hang on, wait a second. Gage, what do you mean we got it easy?
So my son, even though he's 2, he'll we put him to bed. He cusses at us. He'll throw, he
Dang.
gets mad. He'll throw stuff at the walls. But other than that, he's a good kid.
Normal 2-year-old stuff, right?
We limited his
For
screen
sure. That
time.
probably how Gage acted when he was 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
fine.
actually.
Yeah,
And
normal,
so
pretty normal.
we limited his screen time, so he doesn't have like a bunch of TV time,
Probably
So
gets an hour or two, maybe once a day
yeah,
or
so
every
we
other
split
day.
it up in sections. Some in the
Right.
morning, some after his nap, and then some after dinner.
Right before bed. Right.
Yeah.
Your daughter does this?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I'd be
Yeah.
locking doors, bro.
Well, that's why we put her in her room when we use the bathroom now. Look, she's not allowed to walk around while we're in the bathroom because look, she just likes to walk in on you while you're using the bathroom. Like she's terrible with it, dude. But like that's just one
Like,
of
I would get it if it was like if let's say Athena was your son, it'd be a different story because he's got to learn that. But
mm-hmm.
she
Well,
was
it's just the
learning.
fact. It's just the fact that it makes me feel uncomfortable because she's a girl. Like if she was a boy, I'm not saying I wouldn't be uncomfortable, but it would be more understanding because like you just said, some way he has to learn.
Like,
But
this is my thought process. It's gonna be easier for a female to teach another, like a female kid, to use the restroom than what it is a male. You
hmm
know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right.
we have different parts. Like, you get what I'm saying?
no, I completely understand. I completely
I
understand.
Like
gave
for me,
time potty trained
that's
my daughter. It was pretty easy.
it can be pretty hard, man. Like my sisters were hard to potty train. I'll tell you that now. And my mom tried potty training them. Like I look, my oldest sister, look, she used to take her diaper off and shit, piss, didn't matter. She would put it on her head or smeared it on the wall.
That's most
It
kids.
took her forever. She took her forever. Like she didn't really
Hey,
learn
Athena,
shit.
look, we started Athena on potty training when she was 2, and she literally the beginning of the end of last year, she just learned how to start going potty.
I taught my daughter in 3 days on how to go potty. I used my Thanksgiving break time. Took me 3 days.
How old was she
Oh,
though? How old?
yeah, that's the better question. 2.5.
Yep.
See, mine didn't learn that quickly, dude. We spent 3 months just teaching her to go potty on the potty.
I will say I did kind of treat her like a dog in a way because after she used the pull up, I went ahead and put her on a every 2 hour regiment, and I made her sit on the potty for a whole episode of Clifford, and so like she was going to use the potty within the half hour eventually, but
Right.
Right.
either use the potty or she had to sit there for the whole Clifford episode. So most of the time she got to a point where she just used the potty and then, wipe her down, all that good stuff, throw all that stuff away, clean it all out after it was all said and done, and then just repeat the process again in the next 2 hours, and so on and so on. I just,
See, I'm not gonna lie. We
that's
tried that, and she would literally sit on the toilet and not go potty at all. So
yeah.
one day, because we did that for literally a week straight, it didn't work. So we decided to turn around and, well, it was more me because my old lady works in the mornings. I decided to put her on the toilet for the whole fucking day. I mean, I sat with her the whole time, but put her on the toilet the whole day. Dude, I shit you not. I feel like this girl was choosing not to use the restroom because that whole day we sat on the toilet, she did not use the bathroom once. And I never did it again. And then, I mean, eventually she started going potty and we started making her clean her underwear and clean her beds and her sheets. And then it was at that point where she started wanting to use the potty. And when she started having accidents, she'd go, I'm sorry. Because she already knew.
Well, of course they're gonna have their accidents too once they get the little potty training thing down. But she did poop in her panties one time, and I was like, "I'm sorry, we can't wash these," and I just threw them away right in front of her, and they were one of her favorite ones. And she was like,
Look, I really think that we need to have an intervention for Chad.
"Dad,
Um.
you and this video game addiction is really hurting our relationship."
It is. We can't even have a conversation without it being about a video game.
First off, I don't want to hear it. You don't play Fortnite with me no more, man. I gotta find something to do.
Do you hear that, Potsy? You don't play Fortnite with him no more.
play Fortnite twice a week, man. I barely play Fortnite anymore.
No, I've been playing more Apex than I've been playing Fortnite, honestly.
Me, I usually tell my kids that with the bathroom thing, I usually tell my kids that it's not like comfortable having another male into the bathroom with them. So I tell them that it has to be mommy.
I mean, Chad, I know you just had your first girl, but like, has anybody else ever? I mean, Gage, and you only have one kid, right? That's your son. Okay, so it would be more for me, Patsy, and Carl. But I mean, of course, you guys can put your 2 cents in. Have you guys ever had an incident where you felt uncomfortable, but like your daughter child has made you feel uncomfortable?
I mean, I got a story
Yes.
on that one. My sister she has a daughter named Sophia. She's autistic, so she doesn't know any better. So you gotta like watch what you're doing. But this girl, while you're in the mid of taking a shit, piss, it doesn't matter. She'll walk into the bathroom and start having a conversation with you, and you gotta tell her like, "Hey, Sophia, you can't be in here with me."
Kind of like
And it's
Athena.
like, yeah, and it's kind of hard. It's like she doesn't know any better, and like, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but in certain circumstances, you gotta be a certain way about it. Like I understand kids don't learn from like mean behavior and stuff, so you gotta talk to them a certain way. But some kids you gotta
Right,
be
right,
like
right.
stern
You,
with.
you
You
do.
can't really be like that with all kids though, because of like I said, she has autism, so like being stern with her actually is
Hmm.
like one
It
of her
makes it worse.
triggers.
It makes it worse.
Yeah,
No,
makes
I
it
get
worse.
it.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
her cry, all sorts of stuff, and it's like I don't because of it, I don't watch my sister's kids. Like I used to watch them when they were littler, like little babies and stuff. But ever since then, it's like maybe every once in a while I'll watch them to give them a break.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's just like it's the it's not really the autism issue. It's the when they get in trouble, how do you discipline that situation?
Right. It's hard to find out a way to discipline it without triggering
Right,
anything.
right.
Especially being you can't stand her on a wall, you can't really sit her on the couch, stuff like that. So it's trying to like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you got it easy," and it's like it's not always easy. Like you gotta understand, like everybody's gonna have a different, more difficult time doing certain things than others. It's really dependent on the kid. Like some kids with autism, they're hard to deal with. Like a lot of them are hard to deal with because you can't use like normal
Mm.
parenting techniques with them.
Hmm. Right. No, I agree. But Patsy, Carl, do you guys have a story?
I mean, my daughter walks in on me when I'm like taking a dump or like if
I
I'm
mean
getting
that's and see that's what I was explaining. That's kind of normal for a kid.
But like, yeah, it is perfectly normal. But she also just most of the time she just wants to like talk to me because she spends most of her time in daycare. So if I'm taking a dump, I'll talk to her because she ain't gonna really see anything except for like my bare legs probably. So it's
Right.
like
Right, right, right.
there, talk to her. It's like usually I'll be like, Daddy doesn't usually like to have an audience, but if you want to chat, we can chat because you don't really get to see me that much anyway. So like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'll have a chat with my daughter through a door, but not with her standing right in front of me. If I just look, it
she
feels
just
weird.
barges in, man. It's just like, what you need, baby?
Hello,
No.
hello, good morning, hello, good baby. Right.
Mine would be I've some of one of my few times they've walked on me when I was taking a shower.
Ooh, that that especially if you don't take, because some parents take showers with their kids.
Right,
It,
right,
it
right,
if
right.
you definitely don't, not one that takes showers with your kids, that would definitely be an uncomfortable situation, and I
Yeah,
totally
that
agree with that.
I am one of them that
Hey, you're not the only one, bro. I don't take a shower with my kid
if
either.
My daughter won't even try to keep
if
it.
they're gonna take a shower, then I'm going to still have
Dude, look, we ended up buying two
a
curtains to
clean
stop
out.
it. We ended up buying two curtains to stop it. One interior, one exterior.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
That's
It
what we
does.
got. That's what we got.
But
Yeah,
Patsy, what was you
Because
saying?
I was saying like my daughter, she doesn't really pop out the curtain if I'm taking a shower. She'll just talk to me through the curtain.
Well,
She'll
how
just
old
be
is
like,
she?
"All right, Daddy's getting out," and then she'll just leave.
And
So
how old is she now?
she's about 4.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. So like my kid's 3 and she's gonna be 4 this year. So like you got to understand like them age variants are different. I mean, it doesn't mean a whole lot for real, but there
Right.
is an age difference. So because your daughter's 4, by now she should already know not to do that. But she still will come in, like you said, have a conversation, which is natural. I mean, especially when they get bored. I mean, that's what kids love to do is
Yeah. Yeah.
conversate. I mean, you for real, like you should hear some of these conversations this little girl has. Um, but yeah, so what is? Can you guys name a like? I wouldn't say a good moment because any moment's good with your kid, but like, can you name a time where you was surprised that your kid did something? Like, I'm not saying surprise like angry, like surprise like kind of like Patsy. You know, you gave the story out the earlier how you was talking about how your kid's a savage. And then, Chad, you said one about your kid farting on you. Like a story kind of like that, but not really in the funny sense, more of like you're kind of proud of them, but like kind of like kind of moments. Have any of you had any of those yet?
I mean, kinda. So, as you know, I play Borderlands.
Right.
Well, me and Bentley was playing Borderlands. He's like, "Dad, fight me! Dad, fight me!" I'm like, "No, I'll destroy you." He was playing on Cheyenne's account. I wasn't thinking anything about it. I'm like twice her level, easily could destroy it. Just kill her, right?
Destroy them. Right.
No, no, I got tired of him asking, so I fought him, and then this kid just drop shots me and kills me. I'm just like, what the fuck? Just like,
Jesus.
Damn.
what? What?
Damn.
Jeez. Potsy, you
I was
got one?
mad. I'm like, how? Just how?
No, I agree.
Solved one of those little cube things that you can turn into different shapes. It's mainly to try to get it into a cube. She solved one of those things, like, because it's got like pictures and stuff, and you gotta.
Right.
It's not really.
Is it kind of like a Rubik's cube, or is it like a where you have to match shapes and to create patterns?
Kind of like a Rubik's cube because you gotta bend it in a certain way to get it into that cube. He actually solved it faster than I did on my first try, and I was like, "What?"
I mean,
Okay. Hey! You hear the phrase when they say never underestimate your kid? That's why, right there for both of you. Carl, what's yours?
Um, I mean, it's not really okay. It's
But to you, hang on. But to you, it might be really good. To us, it might not be. But so what? But what's your moment?
um. Well, Azzy, she's she uh she called somebody out.
Like fighting wise?
No, just word wise.
Oh, okay.
roaches. Yeah, I love 'em.
Okay, explain a little bit,
She
because I'm
somebody
I'm
somebody
interested.
somebody was somebody was doing something that they weren't supposed to, and she basically like yelled it out.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I guess that could be. I mean, in a way, for a parent like that wants to make sure their kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing, that would definitely be a moment like, oh wow, my kid actually learned not to do this. So I mean,
Right.
I could definitely see that. My moment, I'm not gonna lie, my moment is when my mom took my daughter, and I wasn't there for this story. I was told about this story, but this story amazes me to this day. My mom took my kid for a few hours one day, and if any of you know about anything about like long vans, like bus vans, if you know anything about them, their seats come out. Well, they have to take their seats out because they use these vans for carpet to lay floors like vinyl plank, carpet, I mean, et cetera, et cetera. Well, they took the seats out and put them in their garage because they don't never know because I'm not gonna lie, my brother has 5, I have 2, like that's a lot of kids. You never have enough room. Well, they took the seats out, set it in their garage. She went over there one day and sat in the seat and was acting like she was driving. And my mom goes, What are you driving? She goes, I don't know, not mine.
Damn.
So like,
Savage, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that, it makes us surprised of our kids, and it's because you wouldn't expect that from them, but they are technically us. So, I mean, if we're savage enough to say something like that, they're savage enough to say something like that. So, but any of you guys like Gage? What's yours?
I'm, I don't really have one.
There's never been a moment where your kid surprises you.
He's two, so
Oh, so
well,
you're
he
you're not to that
surprises
state.
me like
You're not to that
I
technical
am
stage
surprised by
yet.
this though. I am surprised by this. Maybe it's not surprising you guys, but he can sing his whole alphabet. He knows all of his animals, his foods.
That's
No,
good,
I
actually.
mean,
That's
that
really
is
good.
pretty
Most
good.
kids
I
that
mean,
age don't know that.
right, exactly, and that makes. I wouldn't say that makes him far advanced, but that makes his mental capabilities higher and advanced than most kids, which is
Right.
actually a good thing. You want that because that means that they'll learn faster, they'll learn in general, and they can understand things quicker than most kids.
Right.
So, like, I mean,
But
that is something that would be surprising. All right.
yeah,
So, what's something that you would never let your kid do, but they have done?
Would touching
are
people
you talking to me?
inappropriate be one?
That would technically, yeah. It could technically be one.
No, Bentley likes to touch people in
Mm,
their no-no areas, and we've been on him about
I don't
that.
know.
Does he laugh about it?
Yes.
Okay, so he thinks it's funny. Carl, you got one?
Um, I would have to say my girls like to run at you, headbutt.
Also, like the fight. Hmm.
See,
Ooh.
fighting. Look, I'm
I
like me
mean,
and
not really. I mean, not really fighting. Just they just try to run at you, excited, and not knowing that they're running at you, and you think that they're either gonna jump and you're gonna catch them or something, and they just plow right into you
Ooh.
and hit you.
Uh. Uh. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Potsy, you got one?
they
I think the only thing I can really think of is just throwing a fit just until she gets what she wants. That's really about it, honestly. Other than that, I don't really. Because if I tell her no, she'll just go to her mom, try to get her to say yes, and then
She tries to do that psychology.
she's pulling. Yeah, she's pulling that
And
daddy.
that's what
Mom,
my
can
kid
I have
that's what my
mom's
kids
kid?
try to do.
but usually her mom says no too, and then like she just comes over here and she'll sit down and it's like she's fucking protesting because she'll just pout. It's like, really? Like you're gonna sit here and protest in front of me?
Right.
Tantrums.
So, Gage, you got a moment?
How old are you?
Ah!
No,
No.
not really. I mean, when I tell him no, he listens. But if he breaks something, uh, and we tell him like, you can't break that because you're mad or anything, he'll start freaking out. So you gotta not, I guess, respond in like I don't know how to explain it. Don't
No,
respond.
you was kind of right on the right path. You're trying to say not
Yeah.
respond and not react to that situation. I mean,
Yes,
which would
but
make sense.
you can't freak out on them.
Right, right. No, I get it.
Right, right, right.
So my moment would be when Athena was potty training, and this only happened a few times. We was teaching her how to potty train. I talked about how she had accidents. Well, a few times we actually ended up having to throw her in the shower because she would have such a bad accident. And I don't know why, but this girl does not like showers. But look, this girl screamed on the top of her lungs like she was
Bentley
dying
was like that. Bentley
because
was
of a
like
shower.
that.
And like I
Bentley was
don't
like that.
was he? Like I don't
Bentley was absolutely like that, and I found out why. Um, it's just so we used to shower with him, hold him in the shower and stuff. He doesn't like the water running down his face, and because of that, it freaks him out. I found out like a couple years ago after all when we first found out he doesn't like showers. I found out a couple years ago. My mom don't like taking showers because of the same reason. It causes anxiety and panic attacks in my mom. And
mm,
I could see now because like My mom, growing up, was in a very abusive place. Like
Right.
her mom and dad were not the greatest. Like my grandma took a, you know what a two by four is, right?
Right.
Okay, so then you know what a four by four. My grandma took a four by four and broke my mom's arms, both of them, and then shoved her down the stairs.
Damn.
Like not just one flight, two flights of stairs. Like and stupid shit like that. Like when my mom would be bad and shit, she would just throw boiling water at her. Stupid shit like that. Like it was
Okay.
bad. It was
I get
very
it.
bad.
No, completely, and it's understandable. So now, this is a question for everybody. I mean, whoever answers first is whoever goes first. I don't care. How should kids act these days? Like, so let me put it in more perspective for an example wise. You're in
Really
Walmart,
depends. It really depends,
and that's
right?
why I was giving an example so you know how to make your answer. So you're in Walmart and you see a kid fucking screaming and cussing his parents out at the age of 4. Sitting there cussing, swinging, throwing a tantrum in the store because they can't have what they have. How should kids act? Do you think kids should act like that? Do you think that's okay?
No.
I would say that
No.
was under
No, kids shouldn't
one.
act like that, but is it a common thing? Yeah, very much
Right.
so. I mean, and a
I
lot of parents will like discipline them in the store. I won't do that. I'll wait till they go out to till we get out to the car, and then you're getting your ass chewed out, cussed out, whatever.
I mean, don't be wrong.
I
Right.
Look,
didn't mean, I
well,
didn't mean to cut you off, guy.
no, I was just gonna say like that's basically any kid that's throwing the
I
tantrum.
see him.
No, they shouldn't be acting
Tantrums.
like that in the
Yep.
first place.
Yeah.
But
I see
like,
him.
I don't have any issues with and determining on what my child should act as long as she's just being respectful in a way because kids should be respectful and they should be but that's something that should be taught by the parents as
mm-hmm.
well like
Yep, like
Right.
thank you,
Right.
please. May I go? No, I totally agree. So like one of the things like Chad and I know that you're probably still talking, Potsy, but I want to make a point on this before we go too far ahead. Chad, you was talking about how you don't pull your kid and yell at him in the store. I'm not gonna lie. I'm right there with you to a point. Like if my kid is gonna sit there and scream and shout and hit me, I'm not gonna scream and yell at them, but I'm gonna get on my knees and get head level with them, and straight up look at her and grunt my teeth and go, and I'm gonna mimic it. If I have to tell you one more freaking time to listen to me, I'm gonna beat your butt when we get out to the car. And that's the little phrase and like how I do it. And immediately when I do that, she perks up like she's the most polite little girl in the world. And I don't have to say anything else to her. So like to a point, I will say something to her, but I'm not gonna sit there, lift her up and spank her in front of everybody. Now, if
Right.
she's throwing
Right.
a
Right.
tantrum and sitting and won't move, I'm carrying her, and we're going out to the car.
Now, if you notice, I said discipline. I didn't say correct.
Hmm.
I do say something to him when I'm in the store. Like if he's acting whatever, I will say something. I do say stuff. Like don't get me wrong.
Right.
I
Right.
will
Right.
say the same exact thing you said. Once we get out to the car, if you do not behave, I'm tearing your ass off. Simple
Hmm.
as that.
No, I
And
agree.
if he doesn't listen, as soon as we get to the car, as soon as he's in that car, I'm cussing him out. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Do you want to come with us to the store? If not, we'll find you a babysitter, dude. Like, you will not go to the store with us. And then he stops and he thinks about it. He's like, I'm sorry.
Right, right. Gage, how do you think kids like, and then like, we all know that you're kind of still new to parenting, but because it's not because your kid's young. It's just that I'm gonna be honest. Age and experience with other people's kids is what makes a factor of a parent. So with all everything that we've all said, how do you think a kid should act? And
So
like,
that's like normal kid behavior 101 right there.
mhm.
Um,
Here, I
my
should have
kid,
hang on, wait. I should have rephrased my question now as I think about it, and should have
How do
asked.
you handle it?
Right, exactly. That's what I was getting ready to
How do
say.
you handle that situation?
Right.
Because
How
a
do you
lot of
handle
kids
that
do that,
situation?
but there is kids out here that don't.
Hey, look, I'm not
Right.
gonna lie.
Right.
I taught my kid manners, man. Like that was the first thing I taught her was say please and thank you. You don't argue. You say yes sir, yes ma'am, and you throw your food away. Put your clothes in the dirty clothes. Like that was legit the first things I
The
taught her.
throwing the food away, I'm kind of against that, especially if it's more than half a plate.
So
If she don't eat,
I don't.
hang on, Gage. If she don't eat it, Chad, just to comment on you, like if she doesn't eat it in 3 hours, I have to throw it away anyways. That's what I mean. It's like when it hits 3 hours and it's no good no more, I make her clear off her plate.
I mean, I look. I'm gonna be honest with you. As long as it's in the fridge, it's sanitary.
It-
I would
but it's not
understand
in the
leaving it
fridge.
out.
No, no, but it's not in the fridge. That's what I'm saying. Like
What
it
do you
sits on the
mean?
table and waits because if she doesn't want it
Oh,
and she says I'm hungry,
who?
we don't have to pull it out and heat it up. We just tell her, all right,
How
sit
big?
down, eat it. You know, as long as it's not too old. I know he said he wasn't back. So, Gage, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I haven't really experienced that yet because, like I said, my son's only 2. Every time we go into the grocery store, he loves it. He absolutely loves it. If he picks something up, I tell him like no, and he puts it back. So yeah,
Well, and it's all about how you teach your kids. I mean, just like Chad and Patsy was saying. I mean, it's really all about how you teach your kid. But the
May also
question, the
change down the road. That may also change down the road
yes,
because
yes,
there is a rebellious stage with
right.
kids. There
Yes.
is
Oh
always a
yeah.
rebellious stage. They want to test
Oh
the
yeah.
boundaries eventually.
yeah, man. They always push your buttons, always.
Right.
So like you, that's why when I made the phrase "never underestimate your kids," and that's exactly why. Um, so Patsy, do you have a situation? Like I'm trying to come up with more topic.
Well, we were telling our daughter to that she has to be able to do things on her own. Like use the potty and stuff like that by herself because we can't always be there to do
Right, and
that.
you want her to be a big girl, right?
She's gonna be starting
Right. Right.
kindergarten soon. She's like, yeah, but when your parents are, but when kids are around their parents, their parents should be able to help their kid. And I was just like, that logic is really
Bug.
right on.
Really,
And
really
I
fast.
have no argument for this because like, and then I was like, yeah, but the potty shouldn't be it. Like, I shouldn't have to help you with the potty. She's like, yeah, but you're my parent, you're my daddy, so you have to help me because I'm your kid. I was like, damn, like that's very logical because there's parents out there that will still give advice to like people our age when we need to
Right. Right.
our needs and stuff. It's like you're not wrong.
No, right. No, right. Okay, so thank you for sharing because that actually can help me come up with my next topic. Name a time your kid outsmarted you.
Never.
You think so?
Highly doubt that for some reason.
Right, right. I was gonna say you think so?
I'm pretty sure every parent has been outsmarted by their kid. Don't matter by what
Um.
age or what.
Right. It doesn't exactly. Hang on, wait. I like that. Doesn't matter what age exactly, because it doesn't. It doesn't. They always outsmart you in some kind of way. And I'll give you all an example so you all can kind of sit there and think about it. So the time that my kid outsmarted me is that so you all know that I mean I'm not gonna sit here and display it because I'm not sponsoring here. But Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew products. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew. And she likes to get me my sodas. Well, this girl, I did not know for a while. She constantly, literally, I would drink a soda, crush it because it's empty, so I know it's empty and set it to the side. So when I get up, I just throw it all away. Well, I told you all, I taught her how to throw shit away. Well, she started literally picking up my cans and throwing them away for me. For the longest time, I did not know. I would always leave a little bit because you can't get every little bit out of the can. This girl would literally get the last little drink out of it and then throw it away. Outsmarted me like a motherfucker, and I didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. But yeah, I ended up literally catching her one day taking the last sip. So, give me an example of when your guys' kid outsmarted you.
I gave my example.
No, no, you did. You did.
That was a little bit too much of that was too much being outsmarted by my
Hey,
kid.
right, right. You was outsmarted by days.
I was outsmarted with logic.
For real. For real. Hey, it's okay. Look, man, I had a time. I had a time where my kid, I'm trying to remember exactly. There was one time that we was talking about something, and she goes, oh no, we was talking about leaving. That's what it was. We was talking about going bye-bye, and she goes, well, I don't want to go bye-bye. Well, I go, well, you gotta come with mommy and dad. She goes, I don't want to go. And it's like, kid, but you gotta come with us. You're our kid. She goes, but I don't want to go because, Sissy's gonna stay here because, I'm going to the store. My old lady's staying at home. And, uh, for a parent, most of you might not understand this. I mean, Carl, I know you do. Chad does a little bit here lately, is the factor of like stay-at-home parents. You don't want to leave the kids with them all day long. So at this time, my old lady was staying at home and I was working. So I ended up taking one kid with me to the store, and literally, yeah, we get to the store and, she's looking through toys, and she literally put a toy in the cart and I didn't realize until checkout. So you know what I didn't end up putting it back because I'm not going to go all the way back to put it back. I'm not gonna put it on the shelves I'm not gonna put it on the shelves where miscellaneous shit is, and I'm not gonna not gonna make the cashier do any more work. So I ended up buying it, but she outsmarted me by putting it in my cart and hiding it underneath my shit. So like, kids are smart. You know what I mean? It was a waste. Hang on, it was a waste of money. It was $20. It was $20 fucking dollars. It was a waste of money, but she got a toy. She wanted it, but she outsmarted me. I mean, let me ask you this, Potsy. If you're a cashier, would you like a customer to come up and go, can you put this back for me?
I mean, I would,
No.
but at the same time, I'm sorry, but I'm putting this back because she wants this $30 toy, and we didn't buy. We didn't buy toys, and somehow she snuck this in underneath all our fucking as if she moved the groceries to make space, and then she put the grocery stuff back over top of it just so she can
Get it.
things that
Right.
fly. I'm like, I'm sorry about this, but usually it's me and my old lady that goes, so I'll just take it back myself anyways. It's like, I think it came in this aisle and just toss it somewhere. And I don't know which aisle it's gone through. Shit.
So, Carl, you got a moment where your kid outsmarted you?
It was in the store, bro. Same thing what you said with them, putting something under the thing that you got. My kid's done that multiple times.
So,
And at first I didn't notice because we had a lot of stuff in the cart,
right. Well, especially
and
when
I
you have
didn't
fucking.
realize.
Well, that was my thing. Is like when Potsy, like, what you're probably not calculating is having a full cart. If you have a full cart, man, you ain't gonna know. And by the time you get to the checkout, dude, you're ready to
Right, right,
leave.
right.
Like, so like sometimes you just let shit slide. I mean, no, I mean I'm glad you didn't. I mean I'm glad you were smart and realized, but like with a full cart, man, that shit's hard. I'm not spending
Oh
another
yeah,
30 minutes
oh yeah.
finding the aisle. I mean, no offense, I'm not like you, cause I'm not gonna just throw it in a random aisle and hope to God and make someone else have extra work. Cause like, and in reality, if I had a piece of gum and I threw it on the floor at your house, you wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like if I spit on your floor in general. Like,
No.
so,
Floors, I got hardwood floors.
bruh, that doesn't make it any better though.
I mean, I
Just
will
wipe it up.
and put it where it belongs, either back in your mouth or in the trash, whatever one you decide.
I like how he says, put it back in your mouth.
I got hardwood
Alright, I'm
floors.
back.
So, Chad, I don't know if you was hearing the examples, but there has to be a time where your kid outsmarted you.
He won't say because once he got to this question, he took off the camera.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's like, yeah, I took off the camera, got off the mic. So you don't have a time when your kid outsmarted you.
Maybe once.
Maybe once. Sounds like maybe.
Hang on. Can I just note that I mean, people in this podcast know me a little bit. I know Chad. Okay,
See you, Tina.
I talked Chad on a daily. I talk to Chad on a daily, so I kind of know a little bit about Chad's kids and Chad and their lifestyle and how they live. Chad, I'm sorry. You say that you really maybe only have one. I can literally tell you a story of when Bentley outsmarted you all.
I'm
Told you
curious.
guys. Told you when he. Okay. All right. You curious? You have what? 3 parks around you, if I'm correct. 3.
Yeah.
Okay. He told you he was going to park 1, but went to park 3. That's outsmarting you, bro.
I give you that, but that's more or less disobeying than outsmarting, because
I
you
mean,
still knew.
He didn't really disobey though. He just told you he was going this place and decided he was going to go to the other one instead.
right.
You didn't
That's
really. You gave him the okay to go on outside.
right.
Okay,
So he
I give you all
outsmarted
that. I
you.
give you all that.
Like that would
But
be
he
a
didn't
moment of
go
being outsmarted.
outside like you said it was okay. He listened. He just didn't go to the park that
That he
you
said he was going to.
I mean, like what just
Right.
happened.
Gage, do you have a time of when your kid outsmarted you?
I do not.
You do not. I mean, you'll get there. You'll get there. I mean, he has.
wait. Your kid walks, right?
Yeah.
When was the first time you figured out when your kid walked?
Um.
Because this is where a lot of outsmartness comes from, is when you don't know when your kid's walking.
Right, they're really walking behind your back, and when you look, they're on their knees again. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that with
That's
Athena.
how Marino did.
Hmm.
I guess that that could be one. Yeah. He started at the beginning of 2022.
Oh, so he's been walking for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Jeez.
He probably looked around. He was missing one day. It's like, where the fuck did he go? Looking everywhere.
Well, hang on. I'm trying to think because that's way too soon. Hang on.
Way too soon.
It's been a while. It was sometime in 2022. I know that.
Yeah, well, it's 2024 now. Like that's 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting what, ready to be 3?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. For real. I mean, Athena's been walking since she was 1.5. So I mean, yeah, sounds about right.
Months when she started walking.
Really? Probably missed that baby stage, don't you?
Simple.
You ready? You ready for? Are you ready for another one?
Well, at least he knew where she was. And then once she started learning how to walk, I thought I was teaching her how to walk, but come to find out she was already walking in daycare. And later on down
Wow.
the road, the daycare people just don't tell you that stuff because they want you to feel like you experienced
Right.
it.
Well, they hope to God that you already knew, that more or less.
Yeah, I wanted it to, but like when you find them in like when you're like watching TV, you think they're just sitting there and just playing with their toys, and then like 10 minutes down the road, you look down and you're like, where the hell did they go? Where the hell did she go? Like, where is she?
Right, Houdini.
Hands just fall out of the fucking cupboard, and it's like, what are you doing?
Oh man, that is definitely a good moment right there. So so here's my question: if y'all had the choice to not, I mean, no, this is for most people this would seem like a terrible question to ask other parents, but if you had the choice to not have a kid, would you choose to still have your kid or not have a kid? I was gonna answer and say that I would never give my kids up in a heartbeat. I wouldn't change my
I would never.
options.
You would probably have to chop off
No.
my arms, chop off my legs, like
You would have to torture Patsy for Patsy to give up his kid.
just take my kid away because it ain't going.
Most people that would have answered no to that weren't ready for kids in the first place.
Well, and that's where this question comes into play. Is that if you guys say no, you wouldn't. Why? What makes being the parent special to you? What makes it that special to never let go?
I mean, the reality of it is like my kids are my reason for even trying. Like,
So your kids are your motivation. Okay.
Mine is I used to be in a dark path back, when I was
So
in
so
my
they
in
keep
my
you on the straight
teens,
and narrow.
and if I didn't have them, I would probably be dead or in jail. or prison.
my kid, but at the same time, like it's mainly just I guess in a way because no one believes in magic, but it's those magical moments. You know, you learn a lot of things, pick up on a lot of new things. It's fun. It's standing. That's fun. Like it's
Right.
just like just because in a way, if you're staring at it through the kid's eyes, like Santa Claus is real,
It kind of brings you back to when you was a kid, doesn't it? A little bit.
and yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying by the fact that it's real. It's you see the magic.
Yep.
It's in general fun in general. Like I can not get over the fact that parents will literally tell their kids like Santa Claus isn't real at the age at such a young age. It's like you're missing out on so much.
Hey,
Like
hey. I mean, I'm not really gonna try to talk about it too much because my
right,
kid's in the
right, right.
room. But
you can take
like,
credit for stuff.
we we look, we Santa Claus is a thing in our house. Santa Claus is
Yeah,
Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy.
That's in my house. It's a thing,
All
and
that's in
it's a
my
thing in my
house,
house.
man.
it's made me believe again.
Right, right.
Watching them grow up. My answer is this. Yeah, I have Santa Claus and stuff in my house too, but my thought process is this. Are you guys buying your kids PS5s or whatever the hell? The most expensive tool thing you buy them, are you putting it in your under your guys' name or under Santa's name?
We bought a Barbie dream house and we put it under Santa's name.
So me, I wouldn't have done that. I would have bought like socks, clothes, stuff like that. Because as your kids get older and stuff, like yeah, some may learn that Santa's not real at a certain age and some won't. But as they get older and stuff, that's just gonna teach them like, oh, well, this kid got only clothes from Santa, and that's because other parents can only afford that, and that's gonna teach them, well, maybe Santa likes me better than them.
I mean, I can understand that.
Totally understand, but my thing is though, like if my kid puts something on the top of their list for Santa Claus, like I'm gonna go ahead and make that gift for Santa Claus and stuff. Like we've put under our names like books, you know, maybe a few outfits and stuff like that, but you know, like that's what she's probably gonna end up getting when she gets older down the road anyhow. And by
I
then,
mean,
like she's
what
gonna believe in Santa, so and to be quite honest, the best thing I give for a Christmas gift nowadays is a bag of socks. Freaking love getting those bags of socks, man. But like, yeah, I'm gonna label it the best, the biggest, most expensive gift from Santa Claus because like after all those times telling my kid no, I can't get him this because we can't afford it, and then like then all of a sudden like now not only just showing my kid like hey like we could have got this for you back then, but you know what like we're gonna get it for you now just because you've been so good, and it's like yeah you're already now it's kind of like one of those moral ordeals, you know,
Right. No, I completely understand. So,
Santa
my
Claus is
thing,
supposed to be able to do anything you want.
right, exactly. Well, my thought is hang on. To answer the question for Chad real quick, my thought on it is that I'm gonna be honest. It depends because like this example, this Christmas that just passed, we Santa Claus got her a bunch of gifts. Santa Claus got her a bunch of gifts. Well, turned to find out that Santa Claus got her like 10 gifts and we only got her 3. And I wasn't really happy about that. And it wasn't the fact that we didn't get her enough gifts. It was more the fact that all the gifts that we got her were small. I mean, we're talking small toys, maybe books, maybe learning books for her leapfrog. So I ended up telling me and my lady ended up having a conversation, and we ended up going out and buying I mean, we're talking almost $200 present, and we put that underneath our name. But it was also because it was the only biggest gift. Like I'm gonna be honest, we budget of how much we give our kid. So each gift can't go over $50.
right?
So this year we decided to go over that limit one time for one gift. But I mean, we did put that gift as our name, but it's also because Santa Claus had more gifts than us. So, like I said, it depends in that situation.
I think with the fact that we put the books and outfits underneath our names is mainly just due to the fact that like it's kind of what I was just gonna say, like with the books and the outfits and stuff, it makes it look like we we expect something different than what Santa would expect, which Santa is just gonna expect you to have fun. We want you to learn and we want you to look nice,
And
you know.
and prosper, right?
Yeah, she gets so like it's a whole
I get
different
it.
way of
You make Santa seem fun and jolly like he's meant to be, and you seem like the parent, like you're
Right.
supposed to be.
yes.
I mean, I do the same thing with the Santa thing, but we try to, if that one thing is expensive and we're gonna get it, we try to get something else that is expensive as well and put that under our name.
So you do one for Santa, one for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So you try to even it out.
So I put the expensive gifts under Santa's name because I don't know. I just feel like that I always grew up in a way that Santa will bring you like big stuff, and mom and dad didn't have the money to get that thing that you wanted, you know? So I was always used to it being Santa, so I just
No, 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 that
you know,
perfectly makes sense. I
paid.
mean, I'm gonna be honest, when I was a kid, and to kind of bring up on your topic, Gage, when I was a kid, that's how Santa was portrayed, is that, whatever your parents didn't get you, whatever you wanted throughout the year, Santa would get it for you, as long as you asked and you was a good kid.
Right.
So, I mean, naturally, for most people, you would think they would put the most expensive stuff under as Santa anyways. So like when that's kind of what I was waiting for is hopefully someone was gonna bring that up. And that's where that's where someone answering your question becomes a problem because like some people like to stick to what Santa really is, and then there's people like in your case that want to get their kids' morality on a fix before anything else.
Here's another thing to go along with that as well. So like I probably won't be able to play off the Santa thing when she gets even older and older. Right now it's fun and stuff.
It's
It's just
easy.
nice to see the magic in her eyes when see her eyes light up like no other. So like if I just give her a few gifts, like my old lady, she's against the whole Santa thing, but at the same time, I'm just like more gifts from Santa, the more magic I get to experience until it's all
Dude,
gone.
I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part about
Right.
Christmas
Right.
is when they open the gifts and they're so surprised. Like that's my favorite part
Oh yeah.
about Christmas.
Hmm.
And like, and it's not just my
Yeah,
kid,
I
it's
don't
everybody's
care
kids.
if she thinks I get him anything for Christmas or not. Like as long as I get to see the magic, I already get her stuff throughout the year, anyways. If she's been good through the week, so
Right.
like it's more of more of being able to see that and enjoy it. It's not like you can enjoy it for 18 years, you know. You only get to experience that magic for maybe probably be another 3 to 5 years.
Watching you grow up, uh, it's like it's motivation.
If your kid hasn't made you want to be a better person in general, like then you just end up leaving your kid because you didn't really want the kid in the first place. Basically, you're just a deadbeat parent. So like nobody wants that. Like
My kids are not just my motivation, so that can't be my answer. I don't just love the enjoyment of watching my kids grow up. My biggest factor of watching my
deadbeat
kids
father.
is that I like I like to see it when I teach them something and they actually learn it but do it better than I do it. That's what makes me love being a parent. I don't want them to be me. I don't want them to be my parents. I don't, no offense, I don't want them to be Carl, Potsy, Chad, or
We want them to
Gage.
be better than us.
Exactly. And that's why I love being a parent, is because I'm not gonna lie, my will, I mean, like I said earlier, if you all know me, my will is to help people and to see people be the best that they can be. And when I say be the best that they can be, no one's better than anybody. I mean, better than who you are
Right.
now. So, because at the end of the day, we're all equal. We're all the same people. We're all doing the same shit, living the same goddamn shitty ass world. So, me being a parent, it fulfills my life success more than it would you guys would actually imagine. Like, running this business is a pleasure to me. Like, this is
But
something that I love to
can
do.
I make a comment on what he said?
Go ahead.
He said nobody's better than nobody. I had to disagree on that. Everybody's better than a child pedophile.
It, th-
Or also,
I got
you,
him
I mean,
laughing.
you are right.
You are right.
like, think about it. There's deadbeat parents. There's pedophiles. Like,
Okay, but what I meant is people, person to person, without being a parent, we're all equal. I mean, yes, pedophiles, are lower on the bar, but
point murderers, no, we're better than them.
There is a fine line, man. Like, look, I get it. People who are good parents are always going to be good parents. And then the people that don't want to parent, they're not bad people. They just have bad intentions.
hmm right. But does that, in true reality, make you a better person than they are?
No, everybody makes a mistake.
And that was my point, is that in all reality, at the end of the day, no one's better than nobody. Yes, there might be people that make better decisions than other people, which is going to be natural. We're imperfect. There's going to be someone that flourishes and there's someone that's going to fall. So at the end of the day, like, there's always going to be that level. But if you look at everything at a fine line, and I get what you were saying, but if you look at it at a fine line, everybody's equal.
Fine.
And everybody's gonna
I know, I
do
ain't
the
got
right
no.
thing as long as they're the right person.
I know.
Carl's gonna be a good person. Potsy's gonna be a good person. Chad's gonna be a good person. Gage is gonna be a good
No, I'm
person.
going to be a worse person.
You already are.
Yeah, with that gaming addiction, man, it's a big issue.
Hey, it's better than my drug addiction.
But that's it for the podcast. So do us a favor, guys, and like always, stay
Stay
in the
shadows.
shadows.